Most of us like to believe that money wouldn't change us. That if we suddenly got rich, we'd stay the same just with a bigger bank account. But psychology suggests that's not usually what happened. In the 2010s, UC Berkeley psychologist Paul Piff ran a now famous experiment using a rigged game of Monopoly. One player was randomly given twice as much starting money and 2 dices instead of 1. And what happened was wild. Within minutes, the advantaged player started acting more confident, ate more from a shared bowl of pretzels, but the most revealing part came at the end. When asked why they won, they barely mentioned the rigged rules. Instead, they praised their strategy and skills. If you're new here, hi, I'm Zain. I've been studying money psychology for years. Number 1, the illusion that poor people must have made bad choices. So, when someone is broke, most people don't ask what happened. They jump straight to the point that they must have made bad choices. In psychology, this is called fundamental attribution error. We conclude someone's struggle by blaming their character like laziness or that they didn't work hard enough instead of their circumstances. On top of that, we suffer from what is known as the just world belief. If you've never heard of just world belief, it's basically this. We like to believe that the world is fair. Good things happen to good people and bad things happen to bad people. This is why the same choices look different depending on your safety net. If you are one bill away from disaster, stress hijacks your brain, time shrinks, options disappear, and you start picking the least bad option. That is why it is said that poverty creates the worst decision by forcing us into survival mode thinking. And here is the scary part. When the system is tilted, it becomes invisible. For example, in the rigged Monopoly experiment, people in the rich condition were more likely to say that the game was easy. Because when you have the wind at your back, it feels like you have earned it. You connect the dots into a clean story and forget every near miss where you were protected. So yes, bad decisions can make life worse, but bad decisions is usually not the whole explanation. More often, it's a shortcut story we tell to protect a comforting belief that we are in control and the world is fair. But reality is messier. Outcomes are a mix of choices and constraints. Number 2, the illusion that rich people must have worked harder. Then there comes the rich. When we see a rich person, our brains automatically whisper to us something like they must have worked harder than everyone else. It feels obvious because the results are obvious. But here's a problem. We don't actually see effort, we only see the outcome. But our brains reverse engineer a story to match our scoreboard. We notice the one person who has made it and ignore the thousands who have worked just as hard and didn't. That is called survivorship bias. Then we add the comforting belief that life is fair, the just world belief. So money starts to feel like a proof of discipline, intelligence, and deserving. But wealth can also come with invisible boosters. Better schools, safer risks, connections, and a safety net that lets you fail without being destroyed. So what looks like hard work is often hard work plus better odds. The point isn't that rich people didn't work hard, many do. The point is, money is not a clean recipe of effort. It's a messy mix of work, timing, access, and luck. And if you treat wealth like automatic proof of virtue, you end up praising advantage and blaming everyone who didn't win the lottery of circumstances. Finally, how do we navigate these illusions in our own lives? Because the goal of this video isn't to hate the rich or pity poor people. It is to protect our brains from a story that quietly messes with our decisions. Here's the good news. If you can see the illusions, you can stop living inside it. So here's how you navigate it with a mindset that makes you unstoppable. Number 1, focus on your next move, not the scoreboard. We cannot control the starting position, and we can't control the coin flip of luck, but you can control what you do next. Your habits, your skills, your discipline, and your consistency. Don't let the unfairness of the game stop you from playing your best hard. Number 2, check your difficulty settings. If you find yourself looking down on others or thinking they are just lazy, stop and check your own dice. You might just be playing on a lower difficulty setting. Compassion begins when you realize that not everyone was handed the same controller. Number 3, live for the society, not just for yourself. Remember those aggressive Monopoly players who ate more pretzels than everyone else? To fight this, you have to live for the impact you make on others. Give aggressively. Help others where it's needed. Use your extra dice or resources to help someone move across the board. And stay connected to people outside of your tax bracket.